What was the most productive year for piano sales for Steinway?
1926 was about a peak year for Steinway. And you know, we didn't get really into the player business. We had a contract with the Aeolian company that we furnished pianos structured so that they could fit their stuff in. But 1926 was a peak year for the industry. It certainly was for Steinway, and the other industry one was way back when the player was new, about 1904 or 5. Was in terms of units, it's something like 400,000 new pianos out of factories in 1904. And last year, huffing and puffing and including imports, it's what, 181,000 or something like that, new pianos. The piano business is shrinking, there's no question about it. And
apparently since the Depression, it's a major change.
well, a major change took place in the Depression. 26 was a big year. Then I always match it up with the network radio was created then, and network radio took over our habits and the real electronic. We then were satisfied to sit and be entertained. We went from radio to television to so
home
on
entertainment.
and so forth. And the idea of rolling back the rug and dancing and plugging in the player piano, or just sitting around and talking, or playing games was a big sport in the old days, you know, elaborate games and acting games, parlor games, all that sort of stuff. So that basic change took place, and the player piano production figures just fell right out of bed. You know that better than I do. Or the
1929
and
was...
when the American Piano Company went busted, and the Aeolian went busted, and Story and Clark had a hell of a time, and Colin Campbell went out of business.
Interesting
all kinds of things.
That happened simultaneously with the Depression.
But it really preceded it, and then the
Depression gave it a push.
Depression kicked it in the head, and our production figures slid from, say, as I say, the peak year was 1926, I think, and then in 1927 it goes down quite a bit, and 28, and then 29, and 1930 the factories closed. So it was a tough time.
Were most of those pianos during that time uprights?
No, they were almost all grands. We had the 5'1", what's called our Model M Grand. We must have made thousands of at that time. That was the popular piano for the home. It was relatively affordable. It cost around $1,000 then, so that was a handsome wedding gift, $1,000 Steinway piano, and we sold lots of them.
That was about a 5'8" grand, right?
Yeah, 5'8". I'm sorry. The S was 5'1". Yeah.
And
5'7".
the M became, after it went to the Aeolian company, it became the XR. They always gave the R designation for reproducing.
Yeah, right. I'm not familiar with those, but most of the Aeolian pianos are M size and OL. The O and L are the same basic scale, difference in the back.